Das neue Video von Allflaws zu dem Stück Manufactured Violence ist entstanden in Zusammenarbeit mit Corrupt Media, auch hier in Bristol. Und da drin geht es um Hip-Hop, und zwar um die Version, wie sie inzwischen stark vermarktet wird, einfach mit starken Jungs, die rumposen, Gewaltverherrlichung, Frauenfeindlichkeit und so weiter, und diese Klischees, die für viele Leute jetzt synonym mit Hip-Hop geworden sind. Und Gabriel sagt einfach, er findet das gar nicht gut und ist der Meinung, dass es eine Vermarktungsstrategie natürlich ist, die sich auf diese negativen Elemente konzentriert hat und dabei gleichzeitig Hip-Hop ziemlich in Verruf gebracht hat. Und wie gefährlich das ist für Kids, die so aufwachsen und mit solchen Bildern, und das wird in dem Video aufs Korn genommen.
It is attacking and it is kind of condemning a part of the rap scene, but it's a small segment, which I would say is the violent, misogynistic part. You know, all that kind of bling and that materialism and the commercialism, all that sort of. And what I think has happened to rap is I think it's been co-opted by the bigger corporations, and all they focused on is the kind of complete base level of that art form, and just completely focused on it and just magnified it to the masses. So now when kids watch rap, they think rap or hip hop is about hypermasculinity, violence, aggression, sex, drug, and that's what they think it is, and that's what the video is about. It's about how it has been kind of demonized, and I think that demonization of rap has also contributed to how kids are developing, how they're growing up, and how they're fitting into society. Because I see so many young kids walking around the street, and young kids making rap songs, and they're just emulating all the negative part of the rap, not the positive. And I think that has a big impact on society and how kids develop, And I think that's dangerous, personally. And I think music's a really powerful thing. It has the power to really change the consciousness of young kids. And if all they're listening to is this real kind of low-level consciousness music, then how are they going to develop, as young human beings? So that's really what the video is kind of saying. But it's how anyone. People will interpret it in their own way, but that's the base of it.
They glorify the ghetto and sell it as a way to live. Come and buy some violence. The depravity of a culture is sold as a product. Violence, masculinity, fuck mentality, selling as trends to the young. Violence, masculinity, street mentality, selling as a trend. Copycats and counterfeits, cliché, street talk, accents and ghetto slang, homogenized language. Juvenile delinquents are talking borrowed lingo with superficial syntax and urban dialectics, monotone clones spreading across the nation, spawned from the bowels of Americanization. Ghetto is a fashion, a white commodity. Ghetto makes a profit for the corporate machine. Aggression makes a man, that's what we're told. Aggression makes a man, that's what we're so. Violence, masculinity, fuck mentality, selling as a trends to the young. Violence, masculinity, street mentality, selling as a trends to the young. Come and buy some violence. The depression of a culture is sold to the masses. Come and buy some violence. The aggression of a culture is sold as a trend. Manufactured violence. They glorify the ghetto instead of as a way to live. Come and buy some violence. The depravity of a culture is sold as a product. Manufactured violence. Society's aggression consumed like a fashion. Come and buy some violence. Hyper-masculinity sold as a style. Poverty tourists, gentrifying Babylon. Poverty tourists, tell me where you're really from. Tell me where you're really from. Poverty tourists, tell me where you're really from. Big boys, tell me where you're really from. Baseball caps and trainers, tell me where you're really from. Come and buy some violence. The depression of a culture is sold to the masses. Come and buy some violence. The aggression of a culture is sold as a trend. Manufactured violence. They glorify the ghetto instead of as a way to live. Come and buy some violence. The depravity of a culture is sold as a product. Manufactured violence. Society's aggression consumed like a fashion. Come and buy some violence. Hyper-masculinity sold as a style. Violence, masculinity, fuck mentality, selling as a trend to the young. Violence, masculinity, street mentality, selling as a trend to the young. Violence, masculinity, fuck mentality, selling as trends to the young.
Forward in All Directions auf Radio Dreieckland. Heute das Feature über Allflaws, das Musikprojekt, und der Mensch hinter diesem Projekt, Gabriel, lebt und arbeitet seit Jahren in Bristol, und er hat im Interview auch erzählt, wie wichtig das für ihn ist und dass es einfach eine große Inspiration ist, hier zu leben. Aus Bristol kommen ja bekannte Artists wie Massive Attack, Tricky, Portishead und so weiter. Und es kommen ständig neue, interessante Künstlerinnen dazu. Früher war Drum and Bass ganz groß und Trip-Hop und inzwischen Dubstep. Da ist Bristol auch ein Name auf jeden Fall. Ja, Gabriel arbeitet auch schon wieder an einem neuen Video für Allflaws zusammen mit Corrupt Media, und zwar für das Stück R-Complex. Das handelt von einem Soziopathen oder Psychopathen, ein typisches Thema in Gabriels Texten und Videos. Also R-Complex heißt es und wird auch sehr bald auf YouTube zu sehen sein. Einfach Allflaws eingeben und dann sollte das zu finden sein. Wir hören zum Schluss R-Complex von Allflaws. Die vollständige Playlist setze ich wieder auf die Website von Radio Dreieckland, rdl.de, unter Forward in All Directions. Das war's mit dem Feature über Allflaws für heute. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Forward in All Directions wieder in 2 Wochen. Viel Spaß und eine angenehme Nacht wünscht Uli Eberhard.
Well, I think if you live somewhere like Bristol, it's so difficult not to be inspired by a city like Bristol, you know, because it's such a wealth and body of music from obviously stuff like Massive Attack, Portishead, Tricky and all that stuff. So it's difficult to be here and not let that creep into your music and your sound. That's why I moved to Bristol, really, because I was seeking a place which was outside London, which had a thriving music scene, and it just seemed just a place. You know, it was smaller than London. You can get around. You don't need quite as much money to exist in Bristol, even though it still is pretty expensive. And yeah, it just seemed a really inspiring place. And there's always new stuff coming out of Bristol. There's always new styles and genres, and there's obviously now you've got the dubstep thing coming out after you've had all the drum and bass and trip hop thing. Now it's dubstep. So I think naturally, doing music in Bristol, you get people gravitating towards the city, because if they know you're from Bristol, they seem to take an instant interest just because of the legacy of the Bristol music scene. So it's a great place to be for music, yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I came here, for music. And yeah, that's definitely inspired my sound. No doubt.
Cool.
But I ain't got a Bristol accent yet, thank God.
Right, mate?
Right, mate? Yeah, there's another video called R Complex, which is, I don't want to give too much away about it, because I think it kind of spoils the experience if you say too much about the meaning of the lyrics and the concept behind it. But to cut a long story short, it's about a sociopath stroke psychopath, and that's it. And that's called R Complex, and that's coming out any day soon. You'll probably catch it on YouTube.
You got the charm, you got that glint inside your eye. You got the gifts to make them high. You got the knowledge, you got the mind. You got the spill to magnetize. You got the guile, you got the game. You got the tools to attain. You got the craft, you got the tricks. You got the drug, you got the fix. You got the skill to fill the fools. You got the skill to rule the rules. You bring them up, you take them high. You bring them up on your supply. You bring them up, you take them high. You bring them up to make them fool. Is coming for you. The pretender is coming for you. Coming for you. The charlatan is coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you. The pretender is coming for you. You got the diamonds in your palm. You swindle them with all your charm. You spin the lingo off the seat and get them falling at your feet. You're the pseudo, the charlatan. You're Mr. Nice with a gun. You masquerade as sincere. Compassion is your faith veneer. You trip them out behind your guys. Make them pander to your lies. You make them yearn, you make them want. You make them revere, watch your flaunt. You get each victim hooked on you. Then you break their hearts in two. You get them hyped, you get them high. Then you send them crashing down. Charlatan is coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you. The charlatan is coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you. The pretender is coming for you. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Your R complex carries a dangerous weapon. You got a moral deficiency, killer cerebellum, multiple personas, guises, surprises, a veil of deception, hiding all your vices. Coming for you.
was just talking so much.
Yeah.
And you would ask you a question, I'd do about a 15-minute answer. So I've had to stop myself deliberately, although just go, right, stop now.